Hey guys, we're watching Volgor's beer reviews. This is a review on Pyrimid Sean's Red Session Ale. Picked this up at Fred Meyer, I believe it was a week ago. And I don't usually get bombers that often because, well, it's a lot easier just to drink 12 ounces if you're sensitive to alcohol like I am. You know, I'm a broken record, I know. But I didn't see this in 6-packs. And this is the same place where I get to, buy a bottle at a time versus buy a 6-pack for $7, $8, or $9 or $10. And yeah, it was $2.80, I think. I know it was under $3, so it's a pretty affordable beer. That's what I always liked about Pyrimid, is that they have been one of the cheapest independent breweries that I've come across. Pyrimid and Portland. It's been Portland, Oregon, that is. Portland Brewing. It's been a while since I had one. I almost got one. Portland Black Watch, which it was about last year when I had that beer, and I gotta have it again. Everybody has to have a beer a second time, of course, just to refresh your mind, see if you like it as good as you liked it last time, and, whatever. But since I'm, avid beer enthusiast, I guess, I like to drink as much beer as I can, as much. I mean, like, a bottle, and the next day, a different one, variety. I like variety. Is it possible to open up a beer with Robo Grips? I don't think so. And it's fucking cold today. Oh, almost got it. I'm not gonna waste some more time with that one. Can I use a Bic? I don't want to cut myself. There we go. That's a Bic. Okay. The red beers. Have you ever had a red session ale or an Irish red? It has that smell, kind of that roasty, not dark, but a red, almost fruity, kind of almost like a fig. If I would use a fruit to distinguish a beer that's not fruity or dark, yeah, it just have its own its own distinct flavor. So here it is. I decided to grab the classic beer mug. It's actually darker than I expected. Well, I'm saying that, but it's actually a red ale. I shouldn't be too surprised. Thin head. Well, let's pour a little bit down the center to see if it makes a difference. I don't think so. Yeah, thin head. Carbonation is not all that strong, or light carbonation. You probably cannot see that. Stream of bubbles, but I mean, it's got carbonation, but it's not really heavy. Not really light carbonation, because it is there, so light to medium carbonation. Smell. Toasty malts. The hops are there, but very, very mild, as you would expect for a red session ale. Beer Advocate and the Bros have no review on this beer. The average submitted review is 3.38. As usual, it's 3 point something, so it's hard to really base an opinion if it's just always an average. But then again, I always like what I drink, but it's either better, it's either like really good, or it's not as good as other things. Not everything is just as good as the next or the previous. They don't have any notes on this. Availability is limited. I guess it's brewed once, so they're gonna brew this one time and it's done. Or I'm gonna take a swig and maybe read somebody else's post. But yeah, it looks a lot from the top and the side. It looks a lot like root beer, at least in my opinion. Except, well, yeah, it is very brown, like root beer, reddish brown. Anyways, cheers. Left hand, I guess. Yeah. Actually, this has a little more. It's not as bland as I thought it would be. Not that I thought it was going to be bland, but, you know, mild. It's a pretty good beer. I hate to say every beer. I mean, I actually haven't been doing it a lot lately, but I've been saying every beer I get is great, like a 7.9 or an 8 point something, which I should be, you know, better about it. And if a beer is really, really good, I should say 10 or 9, which I haven't. Well, whatever. It's not like I have a big following of people that, oh, you reviewed this, you only gave this a 7 and this a 9. Like, you know, people with GameSpot. Oh my God, you gave Halo 3 a 10, but you know what I mean? There's people out there that, you know, it's all a matter of opinion. That's right. It's not really the numbers that matter. It's, you know, in between the numbers in the review, like what people say. Yeah. This is a really good beer. The problem about it, though, I was having this discussion with my brother. I was trying to tell him that the higher the alcohol content, the better the flavor. That's not 100% true, but it's more accurate. It's more... doesn't make any sense. It's more true than it's not true. I'm not saying it's a fact. It's just more true than it's right. Like, you know, you get a light beer. Chances are, the lighter the beer, the less flavor you're going to get because it's more watery. You know, but this is only 4.8%. Brewed in Seattle, Washington, and Portland, Oregon. Guess I didn't mention that. 4.8%, and it, you know, it's just as filling and taste worthy as any other 4.8 or 5% beer. But if you just go, a little under 4.5, 4.5 is like the gray line, and that's when you can really notice the wateriness in certain beers. But this doesn't taste a lot light. If you didn't know the number, you'd probably guess a 5%, and you know, that'd be fine. You know, that's fine. My thing is, I don't really drink based on the alcohol percentage. I don't drink to get drunk. I drink for the flavor, for the enjoyment. And this is a pretty damn good beer. I don't want to say it's an 8, but it's like a 7.6. I mean, it's really good. It's cheap, so that adds, you know, kudos too. And it's not just your typical. I mean, this is way. In my opinion, this is way better than any Beck's or Heineken or any, you know, green bottle Euro lager. Even Moosehead. I mean, I like Moosehead, but this was like $8 a 6-pack or $7.29 or whatever, close enough. But that's just a simple green bottle pale Euro lager, and this is just way more to it. I always talk about how I want girth in my beer, and yeah, this does have girth. It does have the flavor to lift it through. You get the caramel malts. The more I drink it, I get the caramel, the sweetness, like any other beer would. But I mean, if you've had a red ale before, it's like that. But I just think Pyrimid can't do wrong. I mean, the only Pyrimid I didn't really care too much for, or notice it might not be that great, was the Pyrimid Thunderhead IPA, or one of the IPAs, maybe both, because they were just super strong, but they were just strong. I don't know. Maybe I haven't had it enough times, but all the other IPAs I had, because I thought I didn't like IPAs when I had that one, but I had others and came back to it, and it still seemed strong and didn't have a lot to it. It was just strong. So if you want a strong IPA, then I might as well get up and show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, Pyrimid Thunder IPA, and this is 6.7%. I'm not saying disappointed in it, but just what I remember, it was really strong and didn't have a really good roundness. You know, like it just tasted like strong and pine, which is if that's what you want, great. But after trying other IPAs, there was others a lot better. Just I don't know, my opinion. Maybe I think there's other people who agree with me because a lot of people on Beer Advocate say that one's just strong and doesn't have a lot to it, just 'cause it's just bold flavor. I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Oh yeah, really quick. Beer Advocate post. 3.6 out of 5, 20 ounce bottle from Fred Meyer in South Salem for $3.19. Pyrimid Sean's, named after Bill Shawnley, a living legend of Rip City era announcer. It pours a deep reddish amber color in a large, frothy cream colored head. I didn't really get a big head. Let's try pouring straight down. There. Yeah, I get more of a head that time. Sometimes you shouldn't pour it to the side because sometimes if it's a lower percentage, pour it straight down and it will get it frothed up a bit. Amber color, large cream head colored head, caramel malt aromas but with touch of floral hop. Nice balanced taste. Again, the caramel malt it's cut very well by the hopping. Great mouthfeel in my opinion. Smooth, medium to low carbonation and a nice bitter aftertaste. I really like this beer. Very sessionable. A very nice beer with a style. That was Reed Rover, December 1st, 2014. And he gave it a 3.63. Well, I guess that's close. I guess I said 7.8 or so. You know, it's not great, but it's just below great. But that's just like nickel and diming of personal preference. I'm trying to like keep let's say a beer I like a lot more at the moment. Well, I guess sitting right here, I guess I could say I did prefer Black Toad, but then again, that's a black style. I guess I like that style a bit more. But for this style, this is a great style. I guess in style alone, it is like a B+ or something, because I don't know what's better in it. But in this class, in this genre or style, I should say, it is a great beer. It's very thin, drinkable. It's not like it's dull. It has hops, it has flavor, and I mean, drinking like even Rainier or PBR, Budweiser, I mean, yeah, that's a lot cheaper, except for Budweiser isn't really cheaper. That's about the same price. This just has flavor. If you think this is too strong for you, okay, go back to your bland beer. But if you want something that has, not a kick, but actually has, flavor, then pick up Pyrimid Sean's. Can't believe it's on there. Red Session Ale. That was my beer review. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe. And that's a good beer.